ship goes down, we'll be dancing.
We're totally with you, Tom. We're always dancing. We're always dancing here at 2. Aren't you dancing out there? If you are dancing, get in touch and let me know. I know I actively encourage it, and I know you do listen. Even if you're driving a car, I know you boogie along. Lots of home remedies coming in. Anita, whenever I get a bad cold and feel stuffed up, before I go to bed, I always rub loads of Vicks. Other mentholated brands are available. Very good. Thank you for doing my job for me there. All over my feet, put my socks on, always feel great in the morning. I don't know if there's any scientific basis, but it seems to work. And that is from Graham in Sidcup in Kent. Coming up in the next hour, we will be talking to someone about their first and last. It's a very special 90s half wower, not to be missed. And we'll be playing you lots of great music, including Ed Sheeran. This is Radio 2 on the Spark Speaker, on your BBC Sounds app, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 6 o'clock. This is Justine Green. The Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer has led calls for an immediate general election following the resignation of Liz Truss as Prime Minister. Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon also wants an election, saying the public are paying for what she calls the Tory party's almighty mess.
Liz Truss isn't the problem here. She's the symptom of a much more fundamental problem. A broken Tory party, certainly, but also a broken UK political system. There must be a general election. It is a democratic necessity. And I think the democratic case for independence is growing literally with every hour that passes.
A new Prime Minister will be selected by the Conservatives by Friday next week, and they won't be required to hold an election until 2025. But Tory MP Mark Garnier says voters won't forgive the party if they don't hold one sooner.
Democracy requires there to be viable choices. If we had a general election today with no leader, it wouldn't really be a viable choice. So I think what we would probably ask is a bit of time to get ourselves into general election order and then go to the country, because I think people will be rightly furious if we delay this unnecessarily before having a general election.
In the past hour, Conservative Party officials have said that MPs wanting to run will need the backing of at least 100 colleagues. Nominations will close on Monday, and once the number of candidates has been reduced to 2, members will take part in an online vote. In other news, an inquiry into child sexual abuse in England and Wales has recommended that anyone who works with children should be prosecuted if they don't report allegations to the authorities. The review held 7 years of hearings, examining cases from churches, schools and children's homes. Joni, whose name has been changed to protect her identity, was groomed and abused by a family friend.
The truth will always come out in the end. Children, I do believe, are in a much safer position now because this country simply will not tolerate the raping of our children. No one is untouchable.
An American woman has pleaded guilty to causing the death by careless driving of the teenager Harry Dunn in 2019. The case sparked a diplomatic row between the US and UK after she left Britain under diplomatic immunity, and Sakoulas will be sentenced next month. A print of a watercolour painted by King Charles has been bought at auction for close to £6,000. It depicts Balmoral and was painted in 2001. It's thought to be the first time a print by a reigning monarch has been sold at auction. And the weather, it will stay quite breezy